I was thinking about what I do with the babies as they're learning about leading properly. Beside you, like from turnout to the barn, from the barn to turnout, or from the barn to the arena, whatever, wherever you're going with them, when you lead them. As far as I'm concerned, they should always kind of be like in work mode. Like they should be walking in a certain position beside you. It's important also to make sure that you don't create one-sided horses. If you always walk your horse on your right side, and he kind of grows accustomed to that, and he's only used to leading with you in his left eye, your horse will do whatever it takes to kind of get you back in his left eye when you try to lead him with you in his right eye. I always tell people different eye, different horse. Horses don't carry the same information in each eye. So if you teach them something on the right side of their body, and then you go on their left side of their body, assuming that you can just ask them to do it over there too, they actually will be clueless. Very few. I've had most luck with Arabians, actually, that transfer the information, that you can kind of go over to the left side after you've worked on the right side without really reintroducing it, and kind of have success. I don't want to say like as if you've been practicing it, but definitely more success than you would have with another horse. And I'm just going to say maybe it's a fluke that it's been Arabians that I find transfer the information the easiest. Could just be a fluke. You know what I mean? It could just be that breed of horse that I've noticed the ease of it. But anytime you teach a horse something on the left side of their body, you have to teach it to them on their right side of the body as if you've never done the lesson before. That's why I usually do something like, say, on the right side of the body until they are kind of fluent in it 3 times in a row, and then I'll go to the other side, and then I'll work on that until they're fluent in it 3 times in a row, and then you can jump from side to side. The best way to help a young horse learn that there's no consistent side is by choosing a different side for each travel. So let's see, Charlotte, she'll travel on my left on the long walk that we take out to her paddock, and then on the way back she travels on my right, and Daisy is the flip of that, so I walk both of them together. So this way they can be on either side of me and not see something strange about it. Loopy's learning that now. Loopy goes out on my left and comes in on my right. Just really important, especially if it's a horse that's going to be, started. You're going to want to be able to step up in the stirrup on each side of them. You're going to want to be able to swing your leg over from either side. You're going to want to be able to get on and off from either side. It's just important for them on an emotional level as well, because the first time they see you on the opposite side, they're going to panic, and you surprise them. They're like, I don't know what that is, but I saw you over there. So anyway, just wanted to point out that there's easy ways, easy exercises that you can do without having to go into your arena and schedule an hour or even a half an hour to work with your horse. You can do it, on bringing them in, bringing them out. Like if you've been working on, say, lateral movements with your horse side passing or something like that. And let's just say your horse's stall is, the 5th stall in the barn. Have them side pass down the aisle, right? If you're working on having your horse side pass over obstacles, when you're walking them in, pick a tall blade of grass, or a little patch of grass that's taller, and have them side pass over that tall patch of grass. They don't even have to know what you're side passing them over. You just have to tell them what to do with their feet. These are all things that you could do just in the process of bringing him in and out of the arena, bringing him in and out of the barn, bringing him in and out of turnout. Teaching them about backing through things or backing up because you've asked them to, even though it's never made sense to them before. Like when you get to the gate, if no other horses are at risk of running out of the gate, turn them around and back them through the gate. I take opportunities all the time because I don't want my horses to mindlessly bobbing their head as they are dragged out to the arena or dragged out to the paddock. I so often watch like TV shows or whatever where horses are part of the show, and you'll see somebody, like absent-mindedly grab the horse's reins and just kind of yank them along, and I'm like, and they're like this with the bit pulling out of their mouth or whatever, and I always think to myself, we need directors or producers or something to want that not to look like that. And it's not even just in the movies, it's everywhere. It's, you know what I mean? You see that when somebody dismounts in an arena and they're going to walk their horse back to the barn and they just grab the reins and the horse is like dragging, like that's such an ugly scene to me. Is it cruel? No, I don't think so. I think, the horse is being dragged along. I don't think that's necessarily cruel as much as I just think it's ugly. It's not an example of a connection with your animal. It's not an example of a connection with that horse that, like you guys are doing things together. It's like you've gotten done using him in the arena and now you're going to drag him back to wherever you're going to put your tack. I definitely think it's really important to take advantage of every little opportunity you have to work on all these things. And it's easy. You don't even have to set out time to do it, but you can spend time, like just walking from the paddock to the barn and you see, I don't know, a hose on the ground or something, and have them side pass over the hose, the length of the hose, or whatever. Just like you make your connection engaging, like you make that walk back into the barn, like you're asking them how their day was, you're having a conversation with them, you're making them feel like they're a part of the activity instead of just being dragged around by a halter or by a set of reins and, the bit clanking into the back of their front teeth because, it's been pulled off the bars and it's, I don't know why we're not working harder, all of us, to remember that it was the horse we wanted to be connected to, not just the sport the horse participates in or the horse is being used for. And I emphasize the word used. All right, have a great day.